Hi everyone and welcome to Friday. Today we are doing our presentation 3 going on 30. So I'm going to wait just a couple of minutes and see who might show up. And I know it's a different time than usual, but that's because this evening we're going to be going to town to take care of some business with my husband's work. So anyway, we're just going to wait a couple of minutes and see if anybody pops on. And I've had quite the morning today. I've been very busy doing all kinds of craft stuff. I've been working on the projects that we're fixing to work on now, and I've also been working on some classes that I'm going to be doing. And since I kind of have you not here yet, I can go ahead and tell you a couple of them. If you look on the Gibson Girl Stampers page, which is the page we're on right now, if you look at the Craft Your Heart Out or Art Out, we're going to have a class there. Please remember, you need to order your stamps and ink pads by the 5th of August, so don't forget. And we do have a hostess code. Use that hostess code. That'll alert me that you are in and that you've paid for your stamp sets and stuff, and then I can go ahead and make up the card kits that I'm going to be sending you and a little extra something, okay? So we're going to be doing that, and then later I'm going to do a stamping blends um, special where when you buy 10 stamping blends, I'm going to send you for free an additional set of stamping blends, and you get to choose which ones you want and which ones you would like for me to send you for free with the thank you card. I am trying really hard, you guys, to get that silver title, and with me being gone in September and October, it's going to be harder for me to get it. So I would really appreciate it if you join one of those two classes. Actually, one of them is not a class, it's just a special offer. The stamping blends is a special offer, and then the class is the Stamp Your Art Out or Follow Your Art. I can't remember what I titled it, but anyway, it's over. If you look in events, you'll find it. Please attend. I would love to have you attend. It'll be great. I'd love to be your demonstrator. So doesn't look like anybody's going to come on. I've been on for a couple of minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say hi. So if somebody does pop on, I'll be able to see them. And that way I'll be able to know if somebody's been here. But it's been a couple of minutes, so I don't want to be on here all day. And I know you guys have things to do too. So we're just going to hop right into our project. Our projects today are, I'm using a 12 by 12 sheet of designer paper. Now this is last year's Christmas papers, but this is what I have left of my 12 by 12s, and so I thought, why not? We're doing Christmas in July. We might as well use our papers. So this is the front of our folder, and this is the inside. And I thought these would be great for back to school. And all I've done is I took, and for people who aren't in school, I thought, well, they'd make a nice to-do thing too. So this is just on there like that, and as you can see, it's got the cute little snowmen and stuff like that on there. Sorry, I had to see who was letting me know that maybe I was messing up or something. I don't know. I'm a little out of focus, I think. Maybe I need to bring it here. Anyway, this was last year's paper. I love snowmen, and this was snowman and elves. And just a little heads up, be looking for snowmen and elves. I'm so excited about this year's thing. I've already picked out 20 stamp sets that I want, and 2 of the punches, which I think there's only 2 punches in the whole book. The ribbon, everything is so good this year. I'm just excited to be able to get that. So anyway, that's our little thing we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move the camera down. Like I said, I got started a little fast. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get ready to work on our folders. So I'm going to move my camera down. So if you get seasick, close your eyes. And I'm just going to move it down. And this is some of our designer sheet paper from last year, and it was so cute. I actually have a whole other pack of this. I haven't done anything with it. I just loved the pictures and stuff, so that was, I'm going to start cutting into it. So this is a good excuse. And then the opposite side, all of our designer story paper is double-sided. So this is the inside that I'm going to make the inside of our folder. Guys, this is really, really easy to make, and they're little, there's not little, they're there's only 4 steps you have to do, okay, to actually, for the cutting and the scoring part. So I'm bringing in our Stampin' Trimmer, which is our old one, and we're going to get a new one soon, but I'm going to need to bring out the arm and make it 12. I know you can't see the whole thing because of the way it is, but it'll be okay. We're going to leave the paper as it is. We're not going to cut it, so I'm going to push this cut down, and we're going to score at 1.5. So I'm very careful when I score and cut and everything, and I'm going to actually put on some glasses. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you can look down if you want to. I forget. I'm sorry. So you can open your eyes, is what I mean to say. Okay, we're going to score at 1.5, and I'm never sure if I'm scoring really good, so I score quite a bit. Then we're going to turn the paper around, and we're just going to do the other side, and we're going to do 1.5 again. We're going to score it there. And again, I'm going to press it down. I can kind of hear it, but I'm not standing up, so when I'm standing up, I can see it better. Okay, and then we're going to score right down the center at 6. And I got to pop that out a little bit further. There it goes. I need to score it at 6. So I'm trying to figure out how do I score right down the center. Oh, just like this. Doit. Had a brain moment there. Sorry about that. I'm going, what am I doing? I actually have not used this one in a while, but I thought I might as well use it. The scoring works just fine still. So if you have this one and you're upset that we're getting new ones, just remember you can still use it. Okay, so we've got a 1.5, we have a 6-inch, and we have a 1.5. All right, can you see? I know you probably can't see. Maybe that's why I didn't do this side, but there's 1.5, there's 6, and there's 1.5. Now we're going to go on the bottom. I'm going to look at the design because I want to make sure that my bottom, because this is going to be the outside, I want it to look right. So this is going to be the bottom. So we're going to take the bottom and we're going to score it at 4. Excuse me while I turn my paper around. And we're going to score it at 4 inches. Okay. And we're going to score and score and score and score and score. Okay. So it did not score. Let me do, oh, it did, but I can hardly see it. I'm not getting the pressure that I normally would if I was standing up. So sorry guys, I had to stand up just so I'd get my score. There we go. Much better. Okay. Now I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to set it on the floor, out of my way, and then the rest of this is just using our scissors and folding. So the first thing we're going to do is, because I wanted to fold the bottom part up first, so I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to get my Stampin' Up! Bone folder, which mine's pretty rough. I use it, this is the one I use at my desk all the time. And it's pretty gooky. I got stuff all over it. Now I can clean that off, but it's not coming off, so I've just left it. I have been lazy. And then I'm going to fold down the middle. Okay. Now, what you're going to do next is, you can see where the folds are. Pretty good, right? Right there's the bottom. You can see it pretty good. You're going to pick it up, and this side is open, and this side is closed. You're going to want to use the closed side, and you're going to take your scissors, and I'm going to get my big scissors because I like to whack big. And you're just going to make a triangle. Just cut a triangle. Okay? Got myself a nice little triangle there, and let me show you why I cut the triangle. Because, as you can see, it's already starting to look like a folder, right? Can you see that? I hope you can. Then our next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take those sides and we're going to burnish them. Bring them over and down like so. And these would be great, guys, if you had paper for school, so the kids would have little folders for schools in their notebooks. And they make awesome for that. So, okay, now that we've got that, we're going to open it back up just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my scissors again. And as you can see, it's right there. And I want to cut this tab off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go just a little bit above the line. A little bit above it. And so I'm going to, this paper is harder to see than the green was. I didn't think that as possible. And you're going to go just a little tiny bit past your line down here as well. This one down here. So you can see I went just a little bit past there. And then you're going to come up on this side and you're going to do the same thing just on the outside edge. And there we go. And you can actually keep that piece of paper if you want to. And see, as you can see, it makes it to where that's a nice, it lays down really nice that way, right? And you know, I'm thinking I should have done this at 1/2 inch instead of 1.5 because it's, see how much over it is? That's a little too far for me, but that's okay. I'm going to fix it. So then we're going to go do the other side. Again, you're going to go a little bit above it, just a little bit, and over. Then you're going to come on this side, a little bit above and over. Oops, I got a little crooked there. And then we're going to bring it up. And now you can see we have, oh, I didn't get that one far enough. I'm sorry, guys. I knew it slipped. Let me try that again. This is paper. You can try it as many times as you like until you get it the way you want it, right? And that's why I probably did not go over far enough. Is probably what happened there. Because you have to go over just a little bit so it'll close. Much better, right? I think so. I like it. All right. So there's our folder so far. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want, this is nice. And if I had done it at 1.5, it could go this way. It would go on the top. See this one here, you can tell it's a lot smaller. And it's because I did 1.5 instead of just 1/2. So, actually, I'm thinking I want to make it smaller. So, I'm going to grab my trimmer again. And very quickly, I'm just going to cut off. I'm going to make this a 1/2 inch instead of a hole. And I'm just lining the score line up so that I can do this. So, bear with me. You wouldn't believe how many of these I've made, and yet I'm still making mistakes. But you know what? God is good, and He lets us fix it with, when you're working with paper, not a problem. So there's my other half. Okay, now that looks much better to me already, although it might mess you up as far as watching me do this. Okay, doesn't that look better? I think it looks much better. Okay, now our next step is we're going to take our bone folder, and we're going to lay the paper down like this, and then I'm going to take my bone folder, and where the top of my flap meets the strip right here, I'm just going to give it a little score right there. And I'm going to make it a nice little score because I want to be able to see it here in a minute. I think I got this one still at a little bit too big, but you know what? For right now, it's okay. It'll still be pretty. Okay, so there's my scores. Now, where I scored it up here, and you can see it, maybe. Can you see that little score line? Right here. Maybe not. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to take that score line and you're going to use, I'm going to use my paper snips this time. And I am going to cut right on that little score line. And if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to make the score line. You could just eyeball it and make it right there where your flap is. And then I'm going, can you guys see this? And then I'm just going to cut another little triangle out. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Remember, I scored it. So, and if you want to, like I said, you could take your snips and you could line them up with that. You're going to do it again. Make that little tiny, it's as big or as small as you want it, really, the triangle is, because I'm going to show you what a difference it makes when you look at it. Okay, so now when you look at it, it looks like this. Can you see it? Can you tell that we've made ourselves a folder? Pretty nifty, huh? So what we're going to do next is we're going to tape this down. And I like to get my silicone mat, and I'm using our Snell adhesive, and I'm going to do the top one first, and I do it kind of close to the edge here, not up here, because you don't want your glue. If you're going to use regular glue or even a Snell adhesive, I always do it upside down first, guys. the Snell adhesive, you want it to be more inside than out, because you don't want your stuff. Oh, nobody. It says it's trying to reconnect. Oh, I'm hoping that you guys are getting all of this. All right, I fixed that. And I'm going to add a little bit more Snell adhesive down here. Let me ask you guys if you can still see me, because it says, hi guys, can you, I think that says Cam. Yeah, it does. Can you still see me? Hi Nancy, hi Tina. Glad you guys are here. It says I'm still live. Yes, okay, then I'm going to keep going. Okay, then if you saw, I fixed this side because I messed up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to do this side. Thank you, Tina, for answering me. I appreciate that. I just happened to glance up and saw that it's telling me that I'm disconnected, but it's time to reconnect. But thankfully, you can still see me, so that's good. And then again, you're going to do the same thing on this side, close to the inner edge, and then you're going to do it. And look, here we have our little folder. Isn't that cute? And the only thing I'm going to do, you don't have to, but the only thing extra that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give it another little crease. Move this. And I'm going to round my corners. I prefer my corners rounded, and I have a Project Life corner rounder that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to pop it. I'm going to do the same thing down here. And also what this does down here is if you didn't get your corners quite connected exactly, it just takes it right off. This paper, I got to be able to see it. This paper is not as sturdy. This particular DS paper isn't as sturdy, and I just kind of pushed through because I remember I was having trouble knowing if I was going through a while ago, and I just went through on this corner edge. But as you can see, isn't it beautiful? It just turned out so cute. I love it. And you can decorate the insides here, and you can decorate the insides there. Let me show you. I did this one yesterday, and like I said, I'm putting my to-do list in here, and then on this side I'm putting my receipts. So like since I did Christmas paper, I'm going to use it for my Christmas shopping list. I can make my list of what I'm going to go to town and pick up. I can do Christmas dinner here. I can do gifts for other people here. I can do lists for people who I want to send out cards to, and I can make a list here, put who I want to send it out, put some cards in here, and it'll be great. You could also give these as gifts. And then I also made them a little bit smaller. This was using 12 by 12 paper. This one I used 8.5 by 11 paper, and I did it on the same premise, the 1/2 inch on each side. When I scored, I did 1/2 inch, and then I did right down the center. And then I took and I cut these at 2.5 inches from the bottom so that they came up. But didn't that turn out to be a cute card? There's the outside. I decorated it, gave him a little wink of Stella, and then I put it here. And these are good for, I don't know how many of you guys are doing the Dave Ramsey envelopes where you can put your money in one side. You could have your cash on this side, and you could have receipts on this side, and you could put week 1, week 2, or you could put groceries, gas, however you wanted to decorate them, and they fit perfectly in your purse. Then I did this one, and this one is a 4x4, and I simply put the same thing in there. You could give these for, I'm putting gift cards in them, and they'd be really cute for Grandparents' Day is coming up, so you could use it for Grandparents' Day and put that in there. And then you could also decorate the outside of it. You could do it for graduation, Christmas, anything you wanted to. Put a little ribbon on here, punch a hole, put a ribbon in it. You could hang it from your Christmas tree if you decorated it for Christmas. And the last one I did the same thing with the 4x4. But what I did was I accidentally cut it too short. When I was cutting my flaps, I went ahead and cut, but I accidentally cut the wrong side. I cut this side. So that made it a little bit shorter than this one. So I thought, well, what can I do with it? So what I did was I put a tea bag in there, and then I also put a little packet of lemon in it, and I decorated the front to say, love is warm. Let's see. Love is a warm cup of tea. And I made a little flower, and I thought that would be a nice little gift to give to a friend, to a coworker, a teacher at school might like something like this. So if you wanted to, cut it down a couple more inches, you could. The possibilities are endless with these guys. Here they are again. I'm going to lay them out so you can see them. Hopefully you're still with me. I'm going to scroll down and see who all is with me, if my thing's going to let me. Okay, hi Christina, glad to see you. I hope you're still here. Do you guys have any questions about any of this? If you want to buy any of the new products, the DS paper, so you can make your own, our host code is right here. This is a brand new one. It's going to be good for the rest of this month and until August 26th, and it's AJGQM7AB. And I hope if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you'll choose me to be yours. The way to order from me is simply go to, you've got two places you can go. Easy to remember is rhondagibson.net, and go to my blog that says Stampin' Up! On the right-hand side, you can order, join, or subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. I made that real easy. If you want to try it another way, you can go to gibsongirlstamper.blog. Oh, stop. You can go to gibsongirlstamper.stampinup.net. And you could get it there. So I'm going to raise the camera. Hopefully I'm still connected. It's telling me I'm not. Wow, my bangs fell down. So guys, I thank you for your time. I'm going to review this and make sure it goes through all the way. But until next time, I'll see you later. This Gibson girl saying bye-bye.